Okay, let's have a quick addressing here about this whole Fortnite legacy aim assist bullshit that's been going on the internet the last couple of days. So, me personally, I am a controller player. I've been playing with legacy and old school button layout ever since the game came out a few years back. And seeing all this unwanted, negative bashing on controller players, and not to mention the console community in general, about a game that is quote unquote mostly dominated by the PC players is kind of mind boggling. And I'm not talking about, being dominating into player count and everything. I think it's pretty much down the line there. I don't have the statistics on this, but I think it's pretty average all across because Fortnite is globally one of the biggest games out there since Halo back in the days and Call of Duty and all that. Fortnite is the main thing right now next to Minecraft and Apex. I mean, the stats show it. But when it comes to all this negative talk about, console players have, the edge against PC players and everything. Well, let me talk you through this a little bit. So here is my normal gaming PC, right? It's my little laptop. It's a goddamn HP Omen. I can't remember. I think it's Series 7 or something. But let's just count here. I mean, yeah, this is going to be a cringy little bit of a rant here, but I'm just going to state the facts here. So I got a normal fucking mouse too. I got two buttons and a scroll wheel. Now that's pretty fucking basics compared to some of the gaming mouses I've seen out there. But let's see here. How many keys is there here? Well, it's roughly 80. I'm not going to count all the way, but it's roughly 80, 100. And, yeah, I know that you can do key binds on a controller and on a mouse and keyboard too, but still, that is 80, roughly 80 control, different outputs, because you can customize anything. Now, let me go over to my goddamn fucking console here. Yeah, there it is. I'm playing on an old shitty, not even full HD. This is a normal fucking HD TV. Yeah, it's shitty as fuck, but still. Alright, well, now let's check on my controller. This is a normal fucking controller. There's no scuff, no nothing. I got a goddamn mix amp plugged into my headset right there. Still, let's count. There's 4 in the middle. There's 2 joysticks. There's 4 buttons on the D-pad. You got start and you got fucking pause or whatever. And you got 4, different buttons on the back here. So let's just do the math real quick. That is roughly 12 buttons on a controller. Now, next thing, when we play with a PC and mouse, you got your whole arm, you got leverage, you can move around, and most people, they can edit and stuff. They have usually, changed mats and everything with the scroll wheel. Some of them have like buttons around the side where you push down to edit, stuff like that. They can do all that stuff with one arm. And then they have still the other arm right here. They have their different key binds and everything. Everything is circled around the WASD, the normal basic stuff. And still, they're complaining. They're complaining about the aim assist and everything. Well, I think that, this is very basic rant. This is the basic stuff you hear coming from a salty keyboard player and a salty controller player. So far, it's pretty basics. But why is there so much argument? Well, just to start clarifying it more, a console limited 60 FPS. Render distance, well, at that variance, if you have an Xbox One X or X1 or whatever, or if you're going to get the new Project Scarlet or whatever, or if you got a PlayStation 4 Pro or normal one, still, not to mention a TV. Some TVs only have like a 80 hertz or something, and some have 120, 140. A gaming monitor usually is average 140 more plus. Not to mention processors, graphics cards, and everything. And I mean, yeah, I got a gaming computer. It only got a NVIDIA GeForce XTG, and it's got a 5-core processor, 7th gen. Still, I can run the game pretty smoothly on this little laptop, but it's not meant for going full fucking 4K. It cannot do that. And yet again, we're still back in the same argument. There's a little leverage that a console player has aim assist. It is so mind-boggling that we're in a year where we barely got started with having cross-platform and everything. We finally got cross-platform play, which is amazing. Something that I should have probably been able to do years ago. But now, and the reason why we wanted that was because most people they wanted to play with their friends. But now the whole new argument started with cross-platform, skill-based matchmaking, and all that stuff. But we barely mentioned that. No, it's the goddamn aim assist. Aim assist has been a thing in every single video game ever since the online competitive multiplayer began in in video games in general. Back in Call of Duty days, aim assist. Back in Halo days, aim assist. There is a reason for aim assist in console games. It's because we don't have the same advantages, or we're limited by using. Most of us use the thumb, some of us use claw, or nowadays most games are starting to use custom keybinds. Most of the time you still aim with a joystick, which is not as accurate as a mouse, where you got your full hand and arm. You can be very precise. I see streamers out there on PC, they are just complete laser beams. I'm not going to mention any names, but I see streamers that are laser beams with a mouse and keyboard. And you're just like, yeah, that's a good player. But as soon as someone like Nick Merckx or Ghost Aiden or whoever, are using controller aim, and they get a little bit of like a lucky bloom, I barely get any like good shots. Like I have slow sensitivity, and the bloom is messing me up a lot of times. But still, if you get 2 headshots in a row and you drop them down to white or whatever you want to call it, as soon as you get 2 lucky shots, they're like, controller player. He's on aim assist. He's got to be banned. How many fucking people have we seen in a pro scene, that can do work nowadays with a controller? How many? There's always the debate about PC players being the master race, and I'm not over here hating. I love PC. I play anything. I play PlayStation. I play Xbox. I play PC, depending on the game. But I'm getting so sick of always seeing this negative bashing on console players for being, the peasant race, or the PC master race saying to us we're peasants, and yet somehow, whenever the peasants rise, to try to beat the overlords, they always bash on us. They're like, they're too good. Nerf it, nerf it, nerf it, nerf it this, nerf it that, nerf it this, nerf it that. Just, for once, put away the salt shaker, put away the lemons, and stop licking this goddamn game's balls like it's a goddamn tequila shot. Put away that shit. We all love the game to death. Fortnite is a great game. Now, mind me, I haven't played it as much as I used to because I'm overall getting sort of tired with it. I think the new season is awesome. I think has a lot of potential to going back to its former glory. But yet again, we're still back on this hate train. Aim assist was removed back in season 10 or whatever, but because they introduced the new styles of settings, but you had the option to go back to legacy. And yet still people were complaining. People went back to Legacy because that's what they felt most comfortable with. And now Epic is caving under the pressure and they're removing Legacy altogether. And I understand what they're coming from. They're just trying to please their audience. But at the same time, this is going to upset a lot of console players, including me. Because, we can just switch around to the new settings and, try to tweak it to, make it feel comfortable to the way we prefer it. But at the same time, we shouldn't have this discussion because, if people are just going to accept the fact that they're getting, sometimes, all the games are not going to go smoothly. Sometimes you're not going to, get, every single win. You're not going to win every single box fight and everything. And, that's fair. That's games. That's skill-based matchmaking for you. The better you are, the more experienced player is going to face. But it's still a lot of this bashing that every time someone managed to get 2 lucky headshots, it's always back to, he's got to be on the controller. There's no way I should be lasered or beamed or whatever like this. And I'm just like, It doesn't matter. If a PC player has a good aim and he can get those shots in, he's still going to be accused for hacking. If a console player gets those beams, he's going to be accused for having, aim assist. There's no happy medium. I'm sorry. But at the same time, I think it's just so stupid that people bash this hard on everything. Just put down the sour grapes and, play the game. I'm just so tired of seeing people bash at each other for stupid shit like that. Pure and simple. If you love a game, you love a game. And yeah, I get it. You want to have fun. But right now, this discussion that is overblowing the entire media is not fun. It is so boring to see that people are so salty about a feature when, the difference is night and day. There's so many advantages a PC player have. And I'm not saying console's aim assist is overpowered, but at the same time, it is pretty strong. It's not overpowered, it's strong. And they could have easily nerfed it without taking away legacy. But at the same time, I don't really know. I'm not the Epic. I'm not the developer. But I just think it's so stupid that we're still having this debate when overall we finally got what we wanted. We got a crossplay. We got split. We got skill-based matchmaking. Mind you, though, it's in normal game modes and it's not separated into ranked mode or whatever you want to call it, depending on the game. There it is in our normal games too, and people are bashing about that too. But the core of the issue is still, after all these years, when we got crossplay, when we got custom keybinds on the controller, finally, when we got different, we got controller, we got PC, we got Builder Pro, we got Combat Pro, we got old school, we got custom. Still, the matter of the fact is, a PC is gonna have the advantage in so many ways. And yet we're still bashing about aim assist. We're still bashing about one thing, one key feature that has been in the game, has been in any video game ever since controller really started to pick up momentum and be a part of the stable gaming community. I think it's just so sad. I think it's sad that we still bash about all these things. Why does it have to be always about the controllers? How about just drop it all, guys? Why be so salty? That's all I gotta say.